Hey, today let's explore Apple's spatial design principles and guidelines, but without the jargon and with easy to understand language. Apple designers are some of the best in the world, but their development portal materials for designers and coders are usually aimed at mid-level people. That means that a lot of the juniors are left out of the conversation. But don't worry, I'm here and I'm gonna take you through Apple's spatial design principles explained as simply as possible. Ready? Let's go! The interface should be familiar. These are flat apps that look like they were made for iPad but displayed in 3D space. They're just using a couple of extra depth layers to create hierarchy, but not too many. See, most of it is completely flat. Object dimensions are showed in points, not pixels, but all the icons, spacing and touch targets are very similar to the ones that work on the iPad. So don't reinvent the wheel, don't make fancy interfaces nobody will know how to use. Make it familiar. Buttons, dialogues, icons, popovers, everything uses paradigms and patterns that you already know from other platforms. That way, everybody simply knows how to use them already. Human-centered means that we need to focus on how people will be using the device and the apps. Start with the field of view. This is how much the person can actually see all at once. It's usually in the center and it's usually horizontal. This is where most of the focus goes. Think about the ergonomics as well. So if somebody's looking a little bit up, the content should be placed at an angle that's completely flat to that field of view. If you want to change the position of your head, you can manually adjust the windows to move and be in that new position. Many AR and VR platforms out there have a recenter button that allows you to basically move all the windows to where you're looking at right now. Don't place the windows too close to the person. Make the interactions act at a distance, but they need to be clear and very readable at all times. The windows shouldn't follow you around when you start turning your head. They need to be anchored in space, in that real space in front of you. Keep the interactions people are already used to, like expanding their fingers to enlarge a photo. And keep the experience stationary, so people don't have to move around to use it. They can sit comfortably on a couch. Okay, tell me one thing. Do you want me to do these simple language explanations of complex problems more often? If so, let me know in the comments. Apps need to be grounded in real space. The glass material is a good example of how it blends with the room. The menus, controls and filters are closer to you, so they're easier to use. It's similar to how your keyboard is closer than the display. Use space, depth and scale to communicate what is closer to you and what is further away. Windows and apps should cast realistic shadows on the real environment. That makes them look more natural. They should also emit light to their surroundings, so the room changes with the light. Also, this is a little counterintuitive, but windows get larger as you move them away from you, and they get smaller as you bring them closer. To better understand it, think of it this way. A large faraway window is like a big screen TV, while a small one close to you is like your laptop. We don't want to overwhelm the users, so always use subtle depth. If there are a couple of levels of objects, always keep them close together. We don't want pop-up windows jumping out and hitting you in the face. And don't do 3D text, it's really hard to read and it's making the experience worse. And also, 60% of you watching are not subscribed. Time to change that. Click that button under the video and be awesome. Immersion is a spectrum, meaning there are multiple levels of it, starting from a simple window floating in front of you, to a panoramic photo that wraps around you, all the way to a completely surround VR experience. You can see a switch from level 1 to level 2 right here. During movement, windows become a little transparent, so you can see where you're moving them in the real space exactly. They also become transparent when another person comes closer into the shot, so you can see them. The first level of navigation, like browsing photos, should be displayed normally in your environment, but then when you go into the photo itself, it should dim the environment so you can focus on it better. So just browsing stuff naturally in your room, but then you zoom in and you can focus better. Very important part of immersion is audio. If you're on headphones, see how when the object moves, the sound also moves from left to right. But generally, immersion means that you are fully invested and you believe in what you see. So you need to do all those little things around it to make it believable. The last part is all about making the apps feel authentic to the platform, but what does it mean? In short, the app must be engaging, immersive, and it must make sense for the device. A good way to show the capabilities of the device is simply watching 3D objects and manipulating them in 3D space. You can use it, for example, for engaging e-commerce experiences where you can see something before you buy it and you see it in complete 3D in your room. And to sum it up pretty nicely at the end, being authentic simply means it's a very good experience on the headset. Okay, hope it's a lot clearer right now, and you can start working on your very first exploratory case study on the new platform by following the video right here. See you next time, and of course have a beautiful day.